Alright, a little bit of time has transpired since our last little episode, and I'm about to put the final binding on. It went pretty well as far as the quilting part. I only ended up with one small pucker. I guess the moral of that story is to take your time, and that's something I have a hard time doing in everything I do in life. The pucker is very small and I'm not really that concerned with it, and I've had projects where I had tons of puckers on the back, so it's really not, I feel pretty good about it, to tell you the truth. I'm not really great with binding, and I'm sure there's some places on the internet where you can find much better instructions on how to do the bindings, how to make these perfect little corners. When you do the corners of your binding, it's on zigzag. I do almost everything by machine because I'm very impatient, and I'm at this point in my project I'm really so excited about almost having it done that I just go ahead and finish it by hand. By machine. If you like to do things by hand, you go, girl. Proud of you. I just live a very busy lifestyle, and I love making things. And like I said, when I get to the end of the project, I'm just so pumped for getting it done that I don't take the time to do the handwork that I probably should. I also should investigate on the internet and find out how to make perfect little corners, and I haven't done that either. It's kind of funny, huh? I'm making something for the internet, but I just really go all out at work, at home, play, and so I just do the best I can and kind of make stuff up as I go along. So there, I've already done the sides, and so this is my finishing part. I'm going to trim off a little bit of this extra. When I calculated for this, I wasn't sure how much binding I needed for this small little blanket. Therefore, I made lots extra, but you know what? Better too much than too little. I am just simply folding over the corner, and then I'm going to fold over this corner right here, and I'm going to tuck this one. Try to tuck. I could probably stand up and go use my iron, but I'm not going to. And I'm going to lay that right there. And that's not too bad. And line it up best I can, tucking any unsightly pieces under, so hopefully they won't show. I tried experimenting with a different way of doing like a 45-degree angle corner on the bottom and failed miserably. So, oh well. As I said, I'm a perfectionist that's not perfect yet by any means. Because I stitched from the back side. I stitched from the back side at first, and now I'm folding over and sewing from the front side. If you're hand finishing, you would stitch from the front side and then do the hand stitching on the back side. But just because of the way I'm doing it, I have to finish with it on the top. Also, I'm making sure that my little stitch from the back side is getting hidden. As you've seen, I'm not using any pins. Pinning is very time consuming. I think you've already figured out what I think about time. People often ask me when I've made something, how long did it take me? And I usually say not long, because I didn't time myself and I really don't know. I know I did it pretty fast, but I didn't time myself. This project, I made a point of timing myself. Making the quilt top took me, I think it only took me 2.5 hours. I tried to videotape, and I didn't videotape something happened wrong and it didn't work. So the time that would have been on the videotape is what I'm not sure about. I had worked on it 2 hours and 5 minutes. Then I videotaped for what I believe was about 30 minutes. But I'm just going to round it up to 3 hours. So my quilt top took about 3 hours. That does not include the time that I spent in like shopping for the materials and working up my little diagram though. Nice thing about what I'm trying to do is I will provide little diagrams with fabric charts and stuff, tell you how much fabric you need. Now I'm very happy to say the time is 86 minutes since I started this part. So 3 hours plus, let's just round that up to 90, an hour and a half. It took me 4.5 hours to complete this little guy. And clip. I did clip threads as I went along, so pretty much so it's done. And let me show you. There we go. There he is. I kind of machine appliqued this on because it said this book belongs to and made by, and it's not a book anymore, it's a quilt. So I covered it with a little segment that was on the instruction panel. Here we go. Aren't they cute? And I'll show you where I puckered, which really doesn't show up that badly at all. It's right here. The fabric is puckered right here. And the reason it puckered was I was in too much of a hurry. I should have done 2 blocks at a time. Instead, I tried to do the whole 4 in the middle. And when I got to the top one of those 4, the fabric had slid and I puckered. So, moral of the story is to slow down and take your time. But my mistakes are on the back side. I'm not that worried about it. Even the back binding doesn't look too bad, considering I really wasn't worrying at all about the binding on the back side. But it looks pretty good. And, well, there you go. It's done. Thanks.